My name is Anil Nair, and I will be speaking to you about generative AI, which has captured everybody's attention thanks to ChatGPT. On the creative side, it can be word prompted to produce pictures and essays and music and entire stories. On the technical side, it can create complex programming code or chip design. But the most serious concern is that generative AI can be used to manipulate public opinion through fake news or coordinated social media attacks. Training data, algorithms, and the output must be publicly available. We must have robust mechanisms to flag misleading content, and user organizations must be held accountable for negative consequences. In sum, I would say that if controlled, generative AI will augment human intelligence. If not, the end game is unpredictable.
As AI systems continue to evolve and penetrate different aspects of our lives, it is increasingly important to think about the future of intellectual property rights. Both AI and IP have been designed to incentivize innovation. However, many open questions remain regarding the protection of AI systems, as well as rights related to creative outputs. Therefore, moving forward, much of the discussion will revolve around future-proofing intellectual property laws.
I think in the next 12 months, we're going to see a growth in optimization that is going to change many of the aspects of other technologies like AI and the Internet of Things. I think the big changes are going to come in the next 5 years, 10 years, when we see advances in chemistry and mathematics and other areas. But I think that computing in general is going to be catching up by the next quarter of a century.
5G is expected to see significant advancement and growth because it offers several benefits over previous generations of cellular technology. These benefits include faster data speeds, lower latency, and more capacity for connected devices, which will enable new use cases such as virtual reality, autonomous vehicles, and the Internet of Things. Additionally, the increased demand for mobile data and the need for faster and more reliable communication infrastructure is driving the deployment and adoption of 5G technology.
I think that this year we're going to see an even more rapid growth of the Internet of Things, as well as a greater interconnectedness between our devices and data streams. In fact, industry experts claim that by the end of the year, 15 billion devices will be connected to the Internet of Things, and that number is actually supposed to double by 2030. Not only do many consumers value convenience, but there's also been this sort of self-tracking obsession that's taken place in recent years, and I think tech companies are really going to lean into that, especially given the growth of the data economy and the richness of data that this interconnectedness can provide.
Assessing the key technology trend I see for Africa in 2023, first, we need to realize that we might be edging toward another global recession in 2023 and a string of financial crises that may significantly impact emerging markets and developing economies. And so Africa is not going to be left out. However, in the midst of these economic constraints, I see a continued growth of the e-commerce sector across the region. According to the African Development Bank, the e-commerce market in Africa is expected to reach about $75 billion by 2025. And this will be driven by increasing internet and mobile penetration, as well as the rise of innovative digital payment platforms. And so I expect that e-commerce users in the region will surpass the 400 million mark this year from the around 385 that we currently had over the last year. This will definitely lead to an almost 15% increase in revenues within the period for the region. So because of this, I expect to see more VC funding from global venture funds into the African digital commerce space. But on the flip side, regardless of this growth, I still see a persistence of the profitability challenge for the major e-commerce platforms operating in the region because of the continued insufficiency of the critical last mile logistics infrastructure.